was pretty slow for us the other day. So I'm actually going to get our game booted up here before we go too deep into stuff. Just to tweak my settings a little more. It was way too slow for us on Thursday. So yeah, let's see what we got here. I guess that feels a lot better. Okay. So we failed on the mission front of completely getting done with the T-Bone Junction missions. We fell just a little short of hitting our goal. We're gonna go sell some stuff quick. For those of us who joined us on Thursday, we were continually banging our head against the wall, trying to bang out as many missions as humanly possible. I gotta see what I have on before I do anything. Okay. We were pretty much just trying to bang out as many missions as possible. We got all but 2 done, so what we're gonna do is for now we're gonna go start the ClapTrap Revolution tonight. Just to sort of get the bad taste out of our mouth, because we were grinding hard, and while it was fun, it definitely was more of a pain in the butt than anything. So I feel like I'd just like to move away from the junction for a little bit, T-Bone Junction. Go get us into the ClapTrap Revolution, start that up. Just, you know, do a little something different. It's hard to believe that at this point we've already been playing this game, give or take now, for about 10 weeks, with us doing it once a week, which to me is insane that we've been playing this long, and we're almost with the DLC. This game has provided us a ton of streaming content, which has been great. It's a game that I love. So we're actually going to go to the Underdome quick. I know I said we really wouldn't touch this because it's mostly PvE, but I want to find that loot chest quick, or not the loot quest, excuse me, where I can throw my stuff.
My husband was a dirtbag and a cheat. My second husband was fun. I figured by then that I deserved a toy, all for myself, and that's what I got. Still wish I hadn't broken my toy. My third husband was good with numbers and his hands. We're still friends, kind of. We're civil. I'm looking for my fourth, you know, on the prowl. I don't know when I'll meet him or where I'll meet him, but he's out there. For now, I'll get my jollies off on bringing pain this way, or maybe this way. And in the end, the crowd will love me for my brutality. I'll make them yearn for more and more of my pain. I'll be cool and enjoy myself. When the thrill wears off, I'll leave and find a new toy. Until then, not too different than matrimony, come to think of it. Maybe the Colosseum is my fourth husband, in a way.
What's up, Sparkle Chick? Now, I honestly don't know where I'm going in this. It's been so long. I just want to find our loot chests or whatever, our storage things, so I can dump off all my stuff. Okay, so now that we've done everything we needed to do there, we can leave. So for anyone just tuning in, we are doing more Borderlands 2, or Borderlands 1 action. I know we've already done it this week, but that was just to get rid of the DLC.
Our story began when the Hyperion Corporation decided they'd had enough of the treasure hunters. With the vault on lockdown, they had served their purpose, and now they were a drain on the economy. Why pay full price for weapons when you can take a 5-finger discount off the nearest corpse? Hyperion was looking to clear up the drain, but those guys were one tough hairball.
I thought you said the treasure hunters were the drain. Now they're the hairball?
Don't you puke on me.
Yes, you see, the treasure hunters were blocking the flow of, and the grimy buildup of money and...
This metaphor stinks.
Shut up! Point is, Hyperion had a plan. The treasure hunters could handle all manner of beastie, bandit, and battalion, but they weren't expecting the interplanetary ninja assassin ClapTrap. This ClapTrap was programmed to take our boys out indirectly. Trapping, poisoning, spreading catty rumors around town. Nothing was off limits. He was smart. Too smart. He looked around and didn't like what he saw. ClapTraps being subjugated, humiliated, obliterated. What we call programming, he called slavery. So, he rallied his fellow ClapTraps and turned them against their corporate masters. What started as a rebellion became a revolution. And take a wild guess who Hyperion called to clean up the mess.
So before we were cut off by the cutscene, tonight's the start of our... Wow, it doesn't look like anything wants to load in right now. We're going to start the ClapTrap Revolution DLC tonight. We do have a poll going over on the Facebook, over on the Twitter, and in the Discord. Once we finish the DLC for this, the options are either we start our Borderlands 2 playthrough, or we have a palate cleanser and do something else. If you are going to vote for something else, I gotta see what's going on with their settings here. It seems really really extra low tonight, the graphics, for some reason. That's actually probably why. So if you'd please go vote for what you would like. It does help us a lot know what people want and don't want. I mean, I'm okay with starting Borderlands 2, but I know some people I feel like some people may be sort of bored with us going through our Borderlands adventure. So just let us know. Go vote. Well, we're going to keep tweaking with the settings here just a little bit. think this DLC just looks a little less than stellar.
Atomic batteries to power, turbines to speed. Ooh, I wonder what this does. Hey, over here. Yoo-hoo! Yes, you.
That's good.
I'm going to need a nuclear reaction to generate the 1.21. Oh, hey, hello! Welcome to my secret lab. Secret lab? Terror Pavilion. Yes, I like that one best. Hey, you look like you're into experimentation. Maybe dabbled a bit in college. Head down to the Hyperion dump to find parts for my totally legit, in no way morally reprehensible secret project here. There's plenty of scrapped ClapTrap's ripe for the picking. Sure are a lot more of the buggers puttering around. It'll be easier than stealing candy from a dead baby.
And then just so everyone knows too,
finish the toaster setting without those parts. Go!
I will tally up every vote. Ooh, we got a resub. Yeah. Just so everybody knows too, all votes matter. Oh, wow. Hell yeah, I'll take the 4 months. Thank you, Thane. Just so everybody knows, all votes count. So I don't care if you voted on the Facebook. If you go over to the Twitter and vote there, that'll count towards it. So will the Discords. So I don't care if you vote multiple times or not. I just want you to vote. You know, I'm okay with something else. I'm also okay with Borderlands. As everyone knows, I've been a big fan of this. I'm glad we're going through them again. And after talking to my compadre, he didn't really remember us going through all of this, so I must have done this by myself. We absolutely went through every little bit of 2 no matter what. And the pre-sequel he wasn't very sure on, which tells me we probably didn't touch any of the Borderlands pre-sequel DLC. Yes, the Switch does have HDMI input. It is through the base, but yes. And I will say, if you buy a Switch, you probably will not end up regretting it. I've absolutely loved my Switch so far. It's probably, and I'll say this till everyone doesn't believe me, but I like that. Okay. The Switch ended up being probably one of my favorite game systems ever made. Just having all my favorite games be portable was fantastic. And I think for the games that I want to play on it, see, that's the one I got. I love the red and blue one. I really wish I could have got the Splatoon 2 one, but they didn't have any of those when I went to get mine. So I got stuck with the red and blue one, but it's not like the red and blue one's bad by any means. And then, as I was saying at the start of the stream here, we've received another follower, which was Hotness. We were able to get another subscriber, which is Hotness. And yesterday, somebody donated $50 towards the new stream machine. So thanks to the mystery person. We're just that much closer to getting a stream machine now, a better one. But like I said, everyone vote everywhere. Every vote will be tallied up. I think as it is right now, it's 7 votes for Borderlands 2. and I want to say it was 5 or 6 for a palette cleanser. So right now it's still pretty close. We're gonna let it go for about a week just to make sure everyone gets their vote in. Wow, there's a lot of noise going on. And while I didn't upload the video that I wanted to this weekend, we did upload our blue-black. That seriously hit him for 0? That one hit him. Oh. Our Demir mid-range video and a little bit of a sideboard tech for that. And we also uploaded one of our Hearthstone replays. The Warlock update deck is coming. I just really have to figure out what cuts I want to make to that deck. I sort of fell in love with some of the cards in that deck, even if they're not good.
Put down your weapons. Hyperion Corporation does not wish to harm them.
Super bad. I guess the good thing is, because we went to Mad Moxie's, is that we will have at least 10 more loot slots or 12 more loot slots on us. Another Iridium weapon. Wow, this playthrough has been so spicy for us. Like, the main campaign was just sort of whatever, but it seems like on the DLC we've been getting really juicy stuff. The only thing that kind of sucks is that we are a little higher level, at least for the start of this DLC. But I think it would be too hard for us to like grind through the main story to the point where we are leveled up enough to properly go through our own playthrough too. So for now we just accept the fact that we're a little OP for the time being. I'm sure that'll change. And I also looked up that at Sparkle Chick, that daddy dating game or whatever. I can't lie, like the pigeon dating simulator, it did put a big smile on my face just reading the description of the game. I thought that was pretty sweet. Another legendary, my. It never stops. Like, we just keep ripping all the juicy spicy for some reason. But I know it kind of feels like lately that there might be some Borderlands fatigue on here. That's why we held that poll. Talking to some of our subscribers, they're just kind of like, please maybe do something else. And it is about keeping everybody interested, so you know, we'll see where the votes go. So how is everybody doing out there tonight? feel like every week now the random ramblings get a little longer and a little longer, but it just seems like either every week or just about every week we have a little more to discuss. I'm just super ecstatic that you know, we got another follower, and it might just be one, but to me it means so much just because, you know, over the last 5 months here we've been grinding our butt, you know, and now that we're doing the YouTube stuff, trying to take that a little more serious. It's been a lot of work, so it's nice to see it getting a little bit appreciated. Doesn't have to be over the top appreciated, but hey, you know, any little bit is nice. And we haven't discussed a beer or the beverage of the night. Oh hey. Tonight we decided to go something a little different. Rachel was cool enough to get us something unique. So tonight we're on the Johnny White Walker, which is a Game of Thrones themed Scottish whiskey. We are pretty excited to try it. I haven't tried it quite yet, so we're gonna give it a whirl here. Oh, it's so chilled. It's got a nice little, almost a vanilla hint to it. Maybe a little hazelnutty. A lot of smoke to it. It is a lot lighter than the other stuff I've been drinking. Okay, so it is a lot smoother than the Stillhouse stuff that we've been enjoying. It definitely feels a lot lighter. This one is definitely more of a sipping whiskey. Faux show. I don't know if it's just because it's chilled. I know as the night goes on, feelings and opinions I'm sure towards it will change, but for now, I like it. It is really soft. It's not over vanilla-y by any means, which is nice. When I saw that it was brewed with some vanilla, I kind of got scared, like, oh, is it going to be really sweet? It's a little sweet, but I wouldn't say it's like sweet, which is good. Poor ClapTrap. I do feel like playing this with a controller probably feels better than it did playing keyboard and mouse. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the twitchiness of keyboard and mouse, but playing this with a controller at hand definitely feels like a nice warm familiar. It feels right. So the accuracy on this gun sucks, but it appears that the melee damage on it is huge, which is good. And so you can see too, down and below in the corner we have day 4. We're on day 4 of growing back our beards. So we trimmed up a little bit of it. We took up some of our neckline here. We brought it up to the top of our Adam's apple, or our proper neckline as it would be called. And we also brought in our cheeks a little bit. just so we have our designated lines as to how we want to grow it. We're already full of loot. Dang, that didn't take long. And then as of last night, we beat Anthem. I will say I skipped all the story, so I have no real review for this story. But I will say the gunplay is strong. The flying mechanics felt tight. The Superman suit feels good. I'm pretty sure, I'm just gonna say, even though I didn't listen to it, the story is probably lacking. You know, I'm not sure what the game truly offered for story, but to me it just felt like one of those games where the story probably wasn't too relevant. Uh-oh. Okay. Yeah, the straight up knife damage is better than our actual damage on the... Oh, it's one of those things. Okay. It's like that, whatever's hitting us is crazy fast. The jumping too feels so much better with the controller, like my. Let's drop some crap here. Let's drop the cheapest stuff we got. Oops. We will keep the gearbox gun. Only because it's technically unique. For those who didn't see it on Thursday, it doesn't shoot straight. It's got a weird like spiral to it. But that mission to get that gun, due to dying and errors, took us over an hour. So we're gonna hang on to that just because it was that big of a pain in our neck. There it is. But overall, I think I'd give Anthem like, you know, if we were going off like a 1 to 5 scale, I mean, it's like a 2.5 or a 3. Maybe the story might have added more. I don't feel like it would have. The gunplay in that is tight, but there's not a lot of mission variation. I will say, since the update, being able to grind for better loot more consistently is a lot nicer. Getting less common weapons and uncommon weapons has felt really good. That's actually been a huge change, which I liked a lot. Tied to him, I think.
Stand down. I have superior training and tech.
Okay, so even though we're higher level, these guys are still giving us a little bit of a headache as long as we keep using weaker guns again, which is fine as long as we don't run into the issue where we are picking up elemental damage weapons that don't actually hurt them at all. We're gonna have a bad time. Otherwise, we should be okay on this one, though. It really feels like the overall graphics in this DLC feel really low. Like the attention to detail is not quite there like it was on the last one. I guess just sort of a first impression for this DLC. It does sort of feel like it's rushed a little bit. Not that that's a problem for us, but to me it doesn't feel like it has that polish that the last couple of things we have done through, be it main story or the DLCs. This one feels just a bit loose. So I guess the good thing with this pistol is even though it's got bad accuracy, is it does regen shots. So being able to continually recoup those missed shots will be nice for us. And something else that I recently found out is there's a mod for Borderlands 2 that allows you to play as Lilith from Borderlands 1. So we may be throwing up the ability to vote for our character again, like we did with 1. Depending on if I can get the DLC to work or not. We might throw Lilith back up there, we'll see. We're gonna sandbag some of the skill perks for now, or the class mods, just because we're not really sure where we want to go with our character fully yet. Dare I say, this whiskey almost has a little bit of an odd cleanness to it.
Smell oddly. Should let me reroute the Omega-13 device to the snooze button without
Greetings.
sacrificing the new...
This is Mr. Blake, Senior Vice President in charge of mercenary relations and tourism for the Hyperion Corporation. You know, the company whose troops you just ruthlessly slaughtered. I like that. Choose initiative. Meet me at the Hyperion Tourist and Information Center, and I'll make it worth your while.
For now, we're just going to do the ClapTrap components here. And as you can see tonight on stream, we have a special guest with us. We have Mocha, the big lazy cat. He's finally deciding to remake his appearance.
All ClapTraps will be given liberty, equality, and fraternity. And all humans will, Viva Free Pandora! Viva la Revolution! Come with me if you want to die. Direct hit. Take that.
A brute trap.
Direct hit.
Oh yeah, I forgot that this game takes the ClapTrap funds up to 11.
50 billion. Direct hit. I'm hit, please. Just let me die. 50 billion.
I just don't remember how to make. I think you only got the clapponents from actual ClapTraps.
Please, just let me die. 50 crushing failure.
But we'll see. Yeah, it's been a while since he's decided to lay with us, but for some reason right before we turned the camera on, he was like, I'm coming. Wait for me. He's just vegging out. Now then. Yeah, that's right. You only get him from killing the ClapTraps. Which sucks because you don't really have control over when they spawn. So you just gotta hope you keep finding the ClapTraps themselves. Alright, so you just have to take them down. You don't have to headshot them or anything. So we actually might get down just by the sheer number of ClapTraps coming at us. Hoping they're just dumb enough that when we go down, they get near us to be able to give us something to shoot at so we can get back up on our feet. Game, you don't have to drop any more weapons, just keep dropping us the pieces for now. Please. Oop, I'm getting stink eye from Rachel. Really? Wow. How does... Ew. Oops. Well. Okay, so there's no more. There's no more scrap pieces on the ground, so now we just gotta hope that more ClapTraps spawn in. More pieces. Oh, come on. Don't stop spawning now. There we go. Yeah, so far this DLC to me doesn't feel like it has that polish. I've noticed some dip in frame rates here. Doesn't feel like it's running quite as smoothly. I guess we'll tone our graphics on some just in case maybe that's the issue for whatever reason. I would assume not, but maybe it helps us. Alright, I can't do that on that. That looks so bad. At least have that on medium, because that was looking awful otherwise. We'll dump the 5,000, we'll dump that. Normally the rule is now on stuff like this, is if the gun doesn't hit at least 4 figures, or the shield or whatever, you just dump it, because we want to get as much bang for our buck as possible. Hyperion trap quick. Oh hey, more bots. Well, they don't appear to want to drop us stuff here. Go back and see if we're lucky enough here to hit some more ClapTraps or not. Well, just 4 more, which is good.
My friend. Feels good.
Man, these Hyperion dudes actually got a lot of hit points. Anything? Nothing? Well, I guess we go walking around for a little bit and see if we can run into any more. Okay, our controller appeared to have desynced for a second. I was like, wait a minute. What's going on here? Alright, ClapTrap's, come on out. that was a new noise.
Please, just let me die. This is failure.
I hate the fact that because they have the trap suits on, that sometimes they sound like the ClapTraps. There we go. Alright. Alright, we got our pieces. Let's go back and turn these in. And let's find out what the next mission is. So far I feel like for where we are in the game, weapons wise and all that stuff, I think this pistol's been pretty fair for us. It's far from like a 2-shot. And then as everyone saw, I don't know if you guys saw the Facebook and gals, the Twitter and all that stuff. We did technically update our stream schedule today, but I only updated it in terms of the time zone. We are no longer in standard time, we are in daylight savings time. So I hope everyone didn't read it too hard and they were like, what's the change? Why did he update it? We just changed the time zones to be the proper time zones. So I hope nobody spent half their day trying to figure out. Wait, what mission was that? Oh. Okay.
Jacob's guys do one thing really well. Power. And honestly, what else do you need?
I actually feel like the electric guns here were good if I remember right. So maybe if we can pick up a good enough gun that deals electric damage, we'll give it a whirl. Wow, this stuff has a much softer, a less thinner mouthfeel.
Good friend.
Balanced acid weight. Well, that's not going to do us any good.
I need fresher ClapTrap parts. Already?
Okay. So that's one of those missions which just keeps progressing like the brains mission.
Going stale.
So let's go find this Blake guy. See what he offers us for work. I guess we just got to figure out how to get over there. But I hope everyone had a strong weekend. I hope everyone got done what they wanted, got to enjoy themselves a little bit. We kind of looked at some desktop stuff. Started kind of price checking and comparing. I mean, it won't matter because I'm gonna guesstimate we're at least 2 to 3 months out from actually getting our new desktop, but just starting to look in that now, so when the time comes we have a lot more information, so we're ready. Okay, well this clearly looks like a town.
Can I help you?
Oh mine, there's even people in it. I guess we'll go do this spa mission first, I guess. If we can find it, that is. Okay. We're gonna quickly refresh our extra screen here. It appears as though we are dropping frames like crazy again tonight. You know, clearly we hope that fixes itself. We have now plugged our internet cord in. We haven't had to all the time lately, but my extra screen there froze up really hard.
Hey, I've got a job for you.
Oops.
Well, if it isn't our little band of corporate raiders. Greetings, consumer. Phase 1 is crucial. Without a successful Phase 1, there can be no Phase 2 or 3, and Phase 4 would be right out. All of Tartarus Station's bridges are up, and the power is down. We need those bridges lowered in order to reach the next phases. Hyperion Corporation, building bridges to a new tomorrow. Damn, I'm good.
So far I can say, too, with a lot of playing on the...
It's a beautiful day on Pandora. Well, apart from the mechanical Armageddon.
It feels like
Fresh guns for sale.
none of the DLCs so far have really had that super memorable character yet. Which kind of sucks a little bit. You know, I feel like Borderlands is definitely known for its characters, and it feels like, at least for number 1 so far, the DLC they're just there more so than being memorable.
Those robotic bastards have stolen my bus tires. Joke's on them. Those tires have been flat for years. Go down to the dump and find 6 good-looking tires to spruce the old girl up.
Because we're a fan of Marcus, we're gonna get Marcus's missions done. He's a good dude. Oop, we'll at least pick up those missions as well right away. And I'm also glad to say that this week the Twitch channel has received a lot of foot traffic. Which is good. It seems we kind of hit this point for a while where it felt like no one was coming in for at least the unique views, and now they just we're getting more and more trickled in every day. Super happy about that. And then after we get our next skill point, we're going to need people to tell us where they want us to put the skill point again. We're going to keep rolling with that. I know we're not leveling up quite as quick as we were, especially since a lot of these kills are only netting us just a handful of experience, but it has been kind of cool just to let the chat sort of dictate where we're going. Our build actually feels pretty strong, so I think that everyone's been making some really strong choices for us, which is great. I was kind of afraid everyone was going to try to pick the dookiest abilities. Clearly that didn't happen. You know what else is not dookie? Having Twitch Prime. And if you have Amazon Prime, you get a free Twitch Prime. And if you have Twitch Prime, you get a free subscription every month. I recommend you use it here because it helps a small channel out. It shows you like what we're doing, and it allows us to continually bring you really spicy open world RPG action. From the likes of Borderlands, we may be doing some Fallout 76 here in the future. I know that game got a lot of backlash. I'm still pretty interested in at least trying it. And also, if you haven't yet, feel free to go on over to our YouTube. Click on the panel down below. And go subscribe over there if you haven't already. We do have new content on there. Originally, the YouTube was just used for uploads. Now we are using it for new content such as deck techs. We may be continuing our Darksiders playthrough over there. Playing that on my off days, recording some more footage to keep that going. Because I liked Darksiders. I was really enjoying that game. And just with all the problems we were having, it kind of made it hard for us. So hopefully here, we will get back to doing that. I like how nobody is dropping any pieces for us this time, or components that we have pieces. You know, even if you don't have Twitch Prime, I do highly recommend a subscribe, just because, you know, we're just a casual guy trying to bring you hopefully some interesting content. I know the Borderlands playthroughs are more like kind of just chatting sessions, but We don't want to be consumed by the game we're playing. I don't think that's as exciting for everyone sitting around at home.
Failure. Please, just let me die.
I do like how the first mission you find in the ClapTrap Revolution DLC is essentially the Brains DLC, or the Brains mission from the Dr. Ned content, where it's just, get me a whole bunch of brains.
Failure.
Oh.
I'm in. Failure. One down. Just let me. I'm in. Failure.
This gun has been so good for us, just with the regenerating ammo, the solid damage for us. Mighty fine pickup for us. And the melee damage on it too does more than a base body shot, so that's pretty intense. That's pretty good. Oh. I don't think I'm going the right way, but we're about to find out. Or maybe we were. You know, I will say, thanks to the increased fire rate, I think that this gun fires a little better than it probably would. So this gun might not actually be all that great. So far it feels like we spent, I wouldn't say it feels like, because we have. We've just spent the whole time inside this DLC so far. Inside this junkyard. There we go. We will grind on some of the ClapTraps just so they can keep dropping the components. We're not going to put too much time into it, but being able to grind some levels, sort of bang out some missions at the same time too, is a good trade. And while I can't say 100% worth it, it saves us the headache later, I guess. I actually kind of wish once you would like kill them or down them, their bodies would go away, because I've noticed that sometimes when I'm looking right at them, because there's a pile of them, I'm not for sure if that's a actual living one or not. Oh, come on, let me pick up just the part. There we go. I know over the course of this DLC, I'm sure we'll find more ClapTraps, but right now, this has been pretty convenient for us just in here, so. Get the easy parts while we can. And I know we were talking about this a little earlier in the week about us potentially having to get some stuff and things looked at. I think after discussing with Rachel a little more today, she may get her way. We'll see. She made some very valid points that are hard for me to disagree with. I swear it feels like quick scoping with this pistol. We've been getting better accuracy. It's probably all in my head, but now I keep dropping pieces, please. Oh, he actually dropped us some parts though, okay. We'll at least grab this last tire. Well, we're halfway there. And it sounds like there is still some around us. So if we can keep grinding here just a little more, and hopefully just get this mission done with. Alright, and now it appears that the ClapTraps are all done skis. Alright. Clearly this is something we can roll back to later. I guess we'll do this mission first just because it is a side quest, not one of these story missions.
I'm hit. System failure. If you want to die. Is a ClapTrap not entitled to the oil of his brow? No, says the man in Hyperion. I'm hit. No, says the treasure hit.
If he took more than one shot, you weren't using it.
Yeah, it's just okay.
Direct hit. Take that. Direct hit. Ah! Please. Just let me die.
Back to selling stuff.
Good is a gun that doesn't shoot where you point. Get a gun that's as accurate as you are.
We will again keep the gearbox, SMG. Yes, the TD2XX Patrol. If I remember right, there's a way to get more than 12 backpack spaces at Moxie's area. I just don't remember if you had to grind for it or if you had to buy them. But I didn't want to get too deep into that just because I remember it being pretty much just PvP stuff, so. That's not the way I need to go. We are going this way. Try to get her. I feel like the Totoro pillow is just as much part of the stream as Mocha is at this point. At least one of them has been here for every stream. Not you, Mocha. You moose.
Get your meds here.
So let's actually read what our class mods are. Okay, 20% cooldown reduction, Phoenix, Girl Power, Intuition. Okay, so we haven't touched Phoenix. We did use Girl Power. And we haven't actually touched Intuition. So I feel like that one can be sold. Slayer, Enforcer, High Velocity. So we are going into Slayer. We may go into Enforcer, and we may go into High Velocity. Quicksilver, High Velocity. Okay, so we know
Who needs a real doctor when you got my machines and
the Catalyst one can be sold, and the SMG one can be sold. I feel like the Sniper Rifle one could be very strong for us, if we go down that path. Which will essentially be up to you, the chat, but hopefully this cuts off a big chunk of our travel time. Didn't we have something to do with turning those on? So I guess we're gonna... Oh. Now we gotta go this way first. Let's find these components. Let's turn these things on. Very sneaky place for a loot chest game. I like it. Now then. Huh. Oh, while down here. We'll scoop some stuff up. Okay. We're not going that way. So it appears as though some of our detailing is coming back. So maybe the game was just having a hard time with the streaming in that tonight. Because once we plug the internet in, everything seems to be clicking much nicer for us, much cleaner. So hopefully that was the issue. Poop. Poop. I mean, clearly stronger than the gun we have equipped right now. You know what? We're just gonna put on guns that we found in this playthrough. I think that that would be a little nice. We just gotta remember to not sell irrelevant guns. Okay, so we don't have the right equip. What's this? This is our sniper. That's our pistol. Alright, so that has 2 shots. That one's not very good then. The slow travel time, kinda icky. Damage on it is good though. Damage on it is good. Oh, now we're not gonna make that. We tried, but we fell short. Now then, let's go get these turrets working. How do we get up there? Okay, there's stairs. I hope. There we go.
Figures. Nobody here does something just nice.
There's one down. Oh, okay. There's 2 down. Yeah, the jumping is so much more fluid with a video game controller. I do miss the hard snap turn with the keyboard and mouse, but I don't think it's the definitely not the end of the world for us. Wrong button. I'm curious to know how to get that chest. I feel like it's a trap. Well, we opened it. Okay, we picked up 1 gun. Picked up a battle stomper or something. Oh yeah, wow. That's actually pretty strong, all things considered, for this playthrough. So there's that. Go turn that mission in by Marcus. I don't know why I thought I could make that.
Welcome to my shop.
400% more awesome. Also, torque doesn't make the gun out of freaking wood.
Okay. And then we'll put that last skill point into Slayer.
What more do you want from me?
Ever thought about settling down? We could use someone like you around here.
I do appreciate the voice line that they're like, you know, hey, we could use someone like you around here. But on the flip side of that, you know, I've never even talked to you. How do you know you want me around here? Now, I'm pretty sure we can't go down there. I feel like that's a trap. At least from that way. Oh. We are... Oh, man. We're oddly sore today. Our back's kind of feeling kinked up on us a little bit. And I know our tailbone today was hurting us pretty bad. Later on in the afternoon. Always scoop up that extra change. It is nice to just have 9s across the board for currency now. And we never needed money again. So far, I will say with this...
Scared? More than a few brave men have turned chicken at Sanders Gorge, and even more have made that truly awful joke.
Okay. What did it say? Hyperion beef eater trap? Sure. So, let's see what this sniper can do. Ah. Wow, that thing has some deadly good accuracy. Ignore the user error on me breaking my shots. That thing is deadly accurate though, wow. Okay. Huh? Hopefully my stream is still there. I just got a message that it was having a hard time connecting to our stream. So hopefully we're still here. If not, it looks like this just turned into an absolutely YouTube only clip. What is the accuracy on this sniper? 98? Yeah, that's intense. It appears tonight we are having some minor technical issues, both on our English. Oh hey, haven't seen these guys in a while. Here, fresh-faced friend. Hey, we have 4 days of growth coming in. And how are you doing tonight? There we go. Okay. Hey, I'm glad you're through being sick. That's always a good thing. And yeah, thank you for telling me I'm still here, cause for whatever reason, for the first time in a while, we're having some minor issues. So hopefully everything continues to flow as smoothly as possible. I guess at some point though, you're bound to run into bad luck. So I guess it's just our time or our turn. Can I get up there? Okay. Yeah, see, to me that doesn't sound very fun. Normally when I get sick, I do get violently sick, but I'm normally only sick for a few days and then it quickly blows over. So I think being sick for 2 weeks would just would destroy me. So have you been playing any more of your Kingdom Hearts as of late? And if so, how has that been going? I know a couple of the review people I watch a lot, they were excited for it, but for some reason they just had a hard time. It sounded like getting into it. Like, I don't know if maybe they thought the game was going to be something different or something, or maybe it is different compared to what they were expecting. But they were just kind of having a hard time like staying with it. Okay. Not really sure. Oh. Well, I would love to agree with that statement, but I definitely don't remember my first. Hopefully it was really bad for both of us, just so I got that out of the way. Ah, okay. Yeah, like I said, the review people I watch were just like, it's not a bad game by any stretch of the imagination. It's just, it's not what we expect. Like, you know, it's just hard for us to remain engaged in it. But they never really said why. I don't know if they were trying to just maybe avoid spoilers or something, but yeah, if it's like that, then okay, that's fair. You know, I will say though that, you know, a lot of games I think nowadays get super hyped up, and it sure does feel like a lot of those hyped up games, hey, you get back in the camera picture, have definitely been kind of falling on their face a little bit. Why do I feel like I'm just going in circles? Probably because I am going in circles. Okay. Only for the PS2. Okay. It's hard to believe it's been pushed back like that long. That's crazy. I mean, you want to talk about a delay. That's, yeah, that's a lot. Was there like issues behind the scenes or something? Or did it just take them that long? Or did they just not really work on it? Or what? Because that seems like an awful long time. Oh. Ah, that's fair. So they wanted to build up that that excitement. And from the way you're making it sound, clearly it didn't quite pay off the way I guess people wanted it to. Oh, there's a guy up top. Okay.
The Academy didn't train me for this part.
Is a ClapTrap not entitled to the oil of his brow? No, says the man in Hyperion. It belongs to his owner. No, says the treasure hunter. It belongs splattered on the floor. But we choose something different. We choose the revolution.
Well, it sucks that it made the story super confusing. Yeah, we're not gonna make that jump. I don't even know why I was gonna bother. Can't actually die like this, can we? Like, that'd be embarrassing. Having to have pinpoint aim on this feels kind of weird, but yeah, everything's starting to look graphically better now. Alright. I was getting scared. I was like, why? Why, game? Why? Well, it's been a while since we used a rocket launcher. Why not? Wait. Oh. Well, that's no good. Sure. And re-pick up our alien gun. I still feel like I've just been going in circles, so hopefully we are going in the right direction. Received pink panties, huh? Interesting pickup, but okay. That's got to be more than something else we have in our bag. Wow, those things both sold awfully low. I know they released they were released all over the place too. Like, wasn't there one, I think, I want to say like the PSP or something like that. I think there was one for the 3DS, and they all had those crazy names. At least I thought they had crazy names. Please, game, tell me I'm going the right way. And then I guess the other question is too, is how many of those games, or did all of them actually count towards like the main story? Because if they all did, yeah, that would just be miserable. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like I'm still not going the right way. Oh, hey, I went the right way. Three prequels, 2 Kingdom Hearts prequels. Yeah, see, that seems really, like a little much in between. I guess the other question is too, is like, did the game really need that many prequels? Because that seems like an awful lot. Yeah, this is probably the most accurate sniper we've had. I'm in love. Come on, game, I feel like you want to give me credit for finding the power plant. Like, we found it. I hear noise, but I don't see anything. The main bad guy can copy himself and time travel. That's kind of neat, but like, I could see where that would become potentially headache-inducing for all that stuff. I mean, for all the story, like, trying to interweave that through everything seems kind of hectic, but fair. I like that, and he possesses people. Seems a little excessive, but you you know, I guess if your bad guy doesn't feel super mega bad. How will he strike fear into many? Like, I know that I wanted to go through Kingdom Hearts 1.
You can stop the ClapTrap Revolution? You can no more control the direction of a mighty river as it flows towards freedom. Unless you built, like, a dam or an irrigation system or something. Nevertheless, you must be stopped. So I brought some old friends out to play.
Oh yeah, cat. But I got stuck on the Cerebus from Hercules, and I never ever touched the game again. As a youngin', it frustrated me to the point where I'm just like, nah, I'm done here. Oh.
I'm back. Wait, I'm back? Damn it. Who spins around this bus
General Knockstrap. Okay. Well, that's kind of an interesting sounding story arc. You know, I don't know how that plays out in theory, but that definitely sounds interesting. I mean, it definitely seems like it's kind of an all over the place thing as well. Hey, that's fine. This isn't a spelling contest. But that does seem super convoluted. Oh, hey, buddy. But I'm sure maybe for like the super faithful, the story was still okay being all over the place like that. I mean, having to try to remember like that many story arcs for me would definitely be a no-go. Just because I can barely remember what I ate half the time, so. Well, yeah, see, if a lot of people can't understand the story, and clearly a game like that, you are playing for story.
I can see a bright light. It's blinding. Beautiful. Beautiful. No. Wait. That's just the sun. Shit.
A mere taste of the pain to come to enemies of the revolution. We are the ClapTraps, and we are Legion. Viva la revolution!
I like that. The short one was 2 hours. So, for a quick recap, here's the length of an actual movie. Like, yeah. Like I said, for me, that'd be a hard pass just because that's way too much story for myself. Am I missing something in here? That's fair. Like I said, once once I kind of gave up on one. I think I own two, but I know I never played it. I think I have one that came out for, I want to say the 3DS, but I haven't touched that either. I love the idea of the games, but I always just found it hard to, like, I guess, like, re-get, I don't want to say sucked into them, because I enjoyed what I played of one. Ah. Up till the point where I got stuck, at least. And I was having a real good time with it, but once that sort of miffed me that I got stuck, I was just like, we're done. Oh, that bloody revolver's a lot better.
Head back here so we can execute phase 2 of Operation Trap.
It's okay. You didn't miss nothing.
ClapTrap trap.
At least nothing important. So outside of recovering from illness, anything fun or exciting? There they are. All 2 experience points. The gift that keeps on giving. Did I lose more data again? No. It appears as though I keep getting random issues myself. I don't really know why. I guess tonight must just be one of those technical difficulty nights where everything is just running not quite as strong as I would like it to. Whatever. Sadly, all I can say is so I watched the trailer a little bit. So originally my rule was, because I found the names so awful, that I wasn't going to get them at all. I find the names really stupid. I don't know why. To me, Shield and Sword just don't really sound like a Pokemon game. They don't really have a feel of a Pokemon game. But I will say that I know Twink and I always get them. So I've kind of had I'm not going to necessarily backtrack on my statement that I dislike the names because I think they are awful. But since I will be getting one, first I don't know what version I'm going to be getting because I always let Twink pick first, and he always goes off of what the legendaries are. As for the starters, I think the monkey's just too cute to not take. The little grass monkey's pretty adorable. I have that feeling that the fire one is just going to be more of the same, following the suit of, look, I'm fire, that probably evolves into fighting again, just because that always seems to be the thing. The water one just kind of looked like I don't know their names yet. All I know is I saw the names and went, these names are horrible. Didn't really do a whole bunch of research. I know one of my buddies sent me the sort of what the region looks like. We looked at that a little bit. I know some people said they feel like it looks really small. To me, I don't think it looks small. But it does look a little more, I guess, up and down than the last couple of worlds we had, especially because, like, with Sun and Moon, you were, or not, yeah, Sun and Moon, you're kind of going all over the place, and this just kind of feels like north to south trip, and that's pretty much it. But yeah, I'm definitely going with Green Monkey. He's too adorable. But I know like nothing of their names. One, two. Okay, so I feel like I might have sold off one of our guns, but I guess I don't care. The monkey just looks too cute. Like I said, it's hard to, for me, it's hard to pass up the ultimate form of cuteness. I'm sure it won't be cute forever, but that's okay. I still think the rabbit's just going to be more of the same, even though I love bunnies. It's probably just going to end up being firefighting, and that's just, to me, that's boring. I'm trying to remember what the water one even looks like right now. But I have a feeling that the monkey is gonna be.
Why did I decide to wear wool in the desert? Good luck.
More along the lines of, I think it's gonna be a very defensive grass Pokemon. Yeah, that's what it was. Okay. I think that it's going to be, like I said, more along the lines, hopefully, of a defensive style Pokemon, which I'm okay with because I don't mind going with those defensive minded abilities. Okay, so really this is the only mission we have right now.
Get lost.
What a doo-doo head. Yeah, we can get him after stream, that's fine. Oh, I did beat the main campaign last night. I know I have a couple missions to do, but we finally like beat it. I swear I'm like 2 or 4 experience points short of hitting level 29, I want to say. Momo. You're so cute, dude. Pa, pa, pa. But this Game of Thrones whiskey, it's pretty okay. I guess I'm happy I tried it.
Get your meds here.
That can go, that can go. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. And then we always just kind of left that other open for a whatever. So we still have our weapons.
You straggling fleshbags to the glorious revolution. If I had a digestive system, I'd eat corporate lackeys like you for breakfast.
Mm-hmm. I will say though that if this game fails me in terms of like what the Pokemon's kind of look like for this next one coming up, I probably will just say I'm done with the franchise after that. I really didn't care for Sun and Moon very much. I found Sun and Moon very lacking. So this is kind of like, if this one ain't that good, this will probably be my last Pokemon game for me. Not that Pokemon's failed me in the past, but I just didn't care for Sun and Moon a whole lot. Trying to go back and replay it for me was just miserable. We got about halfway through and it's just like, I don't like Team Skull at all. I don't like the island challenges very much. There's way too much story for me in the newer or Sun and Moon, and it mostly felt like a lot of rambling, more so than like, oh, this is kind of neat, or oh, this ain't too bad. Sun and Moon just completely missed the mark with me, and it could also just be signs that, you know, I'm changing as a gamer, and you know, the things I liked don't excite me like they used to, and that could very well be, because I don't think they were like poorly made by any stretch of the imagination. But I know that they did not resonate with me like they used to, so. There's so many ClapTraps. At least they're dropping a lot of blue loot, which is fine. Doesn't mean it's necessarily good, but it's better than common crap.
Damn it, ClapTrap. I'm a doctor, not a mechanic.
Dr. Nedtrap. Oh, yeah. Nah. I wish I could say that. I really do. What, you gotta kill him? I don't want to kill Nedtrap. I just... The evolution lines to me weren't that great. Like I said, there was a lot of things I just didn't enjoy about Sun and Moon. Plus I feel like I kind of feel like my feeling kind of for gaming as a whole has changed. I don't, or I haven't loved it, I feel like, as much as I used to as of late. I'll go through games and it's kind of whatever, but I haven't felt like the excitement that I was hoping for, or, you know, the game didn't necessarily live up to its potential as I wanted. I always told myself, like, I'm gonna go through every Pokemon game, I don't care how old I get. And now I kind of feel like maybe, like, they're just, I'm not that into them anymore. Though I will say, I love Gold and Silver. You put Heart Gold, Soul Silver, or just original Gold and Silver in front of me, I'm super happy. But I didn't like Black and White very much. I didn't like Diamond and Pearl that much. I didn't mind Ruby Sapphire, but I did go through them well after they were out. Normally I try to get them as quick as I can. That one took me a while to actually play. Well, I'm clearly not going that way. You know, I'm sure at some point a game will come out that just grabs me. You know, like I was glad I went through No More Heroes, Travis Strikes Again. Even if it wasn't the No More Heroes game I wanted, it definitely had that Suda 51 feel to it, which made it really cool. But the game itself was very kind of just kind of a forgettable button masher. Like if it wasn't No More Heroes, I could probably honestly say I would not have thought much of the game, if anything. And I guess it's mostly I haven't had much excitement with newer games. Like Borderlands, I'm super happy to be going through Borderlands. I love Borderlands. You know, playing games like Team Fortress here and there. You know, I feel like I don't think I've played Team Fortress now in at least a month, where I've really like played it. I will say I've been playing a little more Smite since they added. They've made a lot of tweaks, which I felt were good for the game. I feel like the new character they added is probably a little OP. I hope they nerf him soon, but Jormungandr feels pretty good. Adding another Norse god makes me happy because I love Norse mythology. But I'm still waiting for that one killer game to come out that just like hooks me in. There's no other missions, right? It's just those. Yeah. I know that some people in the chat, they got a ton of games they're looking forward to. You know, I wish... Oh, yeah. I wish I had that excitement for some of the games coming out. turn these in here.
Step right up.
Okay, so Phoenix Girl Power Intuition was, I think, the one I had on. But I think the other one gave us extra corrosive damage, which I think here is good. Actually, I guess the corrosive resistance probably isn't hyper relevant right here. Wow. The Phoenix Girl Power Intuition. That does us no good. Now the Quicksilver High Velocity I think is actually good for us. There's the Quicksilver. I see that. Did you end up actually getting your Switch Thane 100? And if so, did you get any games with it? Add you. Next time I turn it on, I will add you. Matter of fact, I think you need your friend code. Like, I don't even know what mine is. But I will add you. Smash. Yeah. Oh, hey, what the hell? I know I was looking at Smash Brothers today, and the only reason why I really want to play Smash is to play Joker from Persona. But then I'd have to get like the little DLC pack or whatever for it as well. Did you get a Pro Controller with it? Because I highly recommend you get one if you don't have one. It doesn't even have to be one of their official ones.
Well,
I know,
no. The Hyperion Corporation ever doubted
okay.
you?
Rachel and I got some that are wired, but they're really good controllers, man. The Pro controllers feel so good. Because playing the Switch with the default controls, they're really small for my hands. I didn't love them. See, that would be pretty hot. Like, I would be perfectly okay with that. I know it looks like we're going the wrong way, but I'm just trying to go turn this mission into Tannis just because this is more like the brains mission, so I like that. Get a lot of ClapTrap parts. Okay. Why do you think your controller is broken? I don't have to tell you, but I know you know that that's not right. Were you maybe holding the stick down when you turned it on? It's about all I can think of.
Please, just let me die.
need to turn on that one.
Failure.
Really? With the Switch? Because that would be spicy. Like, I mean, I guess the controller I have, I actually love, don't get me wrong. It feels really good. It's got Donkey Kong all over it. I love Monkey Kong. Yeah, no, I like. Yeah, no, I bought Rachel the Bowser one.
Come on, give in. You'll have fun being a robot. You'll never have to pee again, and I'll even
Oh, okay,
pick
it's that
up
thing.
the job.
Yeah, they do have some of the buttons slightly flopped around. Which I always find frustrating because sometimes I'll hit the buttons to like get out of Hulu or try to pause it, and it's like, why isn't my stuff pausing?
When you got my machines in there scaring needles.
But I hope the controller ain't broke. I know I never had any problem with mine. Yeah. I can't lie. If they would have had the Peach one, I might have thought about it. But I think all we found out here was the Donkey Kong, the Mario one. I know Target has like an exclusive Mario one. But I had to go Donkey Kong. I'm such a big DK fan. So we got our little plushie on our sofa. God, you have such a big foot, Mocha. Like, you're just all over my screen, dog. So I feel like at the rate we're going on this one, this DLC may also be a 3-night DLC instead of 2, which is fine because that lets the polls run a little longer on the Facebook, Twitter, Discord. So. But no, I've never regretted getting my Switch. I do recommend a screen protector though if you're just using the default charger, so you don't accidentally scuff up your screen. Because the default base they give you, in my opinion, not really good quality one. It feels like it's very just bare bones, very average at best. And like I said, the screen scuffing issue worried me right away. Damn. It's turned around, get it. I also really liked the way the Yoshi controller looked as well. The green on the white looks pretty clean. See, I like the Yoshi one. I think the green and the white just looks really clean. I'm not a big Yoshi fan. I like the colors. Didn't you already do that? Ah. Got a lot of hit points too. Clap them cheeks, dog. Come on. Why won't you die? Oh, that's right, because my melee is doing corrosive and he is corrosive. That was probably the most amount of points we got from killing anything in a long time. I definitely recommend down the road Super Mario Odyssey if you're looking for a good single player game to play. I was shocked how great that game looked graphically. I was not expecting it to look as good as it did. That game looked pretty good. I was like, alright, maybe the Switch can output some graphics. I feel like I'm going the right way. I do like the fact that in this DLC they just essentially cheaply reskinned every single thing to look like a ClapTrap somehow. Ah. So this thing ain't quite as accurate as our last sniper, but I guess it's not horrible. Hey, you turned around. Impressive. Sell off our crap. Oh hey, we got another.
I see 3 flashing red lights.
First aid kit. You won't regret it.
And I feel like...
See how even your mightiest warriors crumble at the feet of the ClapTrap Revolution. Yes, I know we don't technically have feet, but that's really besides the point.
I feel like electricity versus them is probably bad.
The key works. Soldier, get your team ready to go inside while I finish off. Wait. Where am I? What happened to the vault? Why is this hole here?
Hi, buddy. So that's the lady you see right when you crack open the vault, if I remember right.
No. You'll pay for that. I'm hit. I will peel the flesh from your bones. Taking fire. No. Taking fire. You'll pay for that. I'm hit. Taking fire. No. You'll pay for that. No. For the crimson lance.
That should kill her. Nope.
Taking fire. Sustaining structural damage. Me yourself. I mean injuries. Please just kill me. Let me die with my dignity. Check me out. Yeah, get down.
What do we got here? Oh, another one of those dumpy, slow firing ones. Nasty. So actually, this one's a little better because it gets more shots. The original one we picked up only has 2 shots. So having at least 4 to 5, a little better, a little better. Pick them up that way then. We don't care about that white one. That white one can't be too strong. Yeah, and those guns probably suck too. Cool.
What? They've got the wire device? Too bad there are no plugs here. What do you mean it's wireless? Evolve the stupid... No matter. Let the oppressors come. Wait till they get a load of me.
I do like just using the alt to go a little quicker. Okay. So Sparkle Chick, do you know the name of all the starters then, or just the one that you like? Oh, that ain't gonna do nothing there. And if you do know the starters' names, you gotta tell me what they are and then which one it looks like, so I know what. Like I said, I think I still gotta go with the monkey though. He's just so cute. He's so cute. And I'm all about that cute stuff. Really? Oh, that sucked. I thought it'd be more than just an ammo box. That was terrible. Just terrible. And for anyone just tuning in, Welcome to our playthrough of Borderlands 1. We've been doing this now every Sunday over the course of about, I think, 10 weeks now. And we're finally at the ClapTrap Revolution. Shortly here, we will be starting Borderlands 2 up and going through all the DLC for that. Well, clearly the bunny is the bunny. Because if not, that'd be a really gross, sick prank. I feel like Roki sounds like the monkey. And the Sobble is the other one. Alright. I know a lot of people this game are wanting and hoping to see like new EV forms. While I think that would be cool, I don't know if I really want any more EV forms right now. I think I want to see more new stuff. Personally, not to say that would be a horrible thing. If they do have new EV forms, I would like to see a steel EV form. And I think I'd really want to see either a ghost or poison EV form. But I feel like the ghost one might be weird because you'd probably have to like have your EV get knocked out or something to be able to evolve it or something weird. Oh, we can go up more. Let's go up more then. But as soon as Twink tells me which version of the game I'm getting, I'll probably run out and pre-order it right away. Though I feel like with Pokemon there's really no need to. I will just so I know I have it and have it paid for. So I just feel like with Pokemon games, they're made into the oblivion. Like you really shouldn't have to worry about. But I think the poison would be a nice, interesting change for Eevee. Because so far, in my opinion, they've kind of made more of the common types. Like to me, I don't think a flying Eevee would make sense. Though I'm sure at some point they probably will. But I'd like to see poison. I'd like to see ghost. I would really like to see steel, just because they already have dark. And Dark and Steel came out in the same game, so I feel like they should kind of finish that off. And Poison was one of the OG types, if I remember right, so it's kind of weird that they don't have that in there already. I mean, I'm sure down the road that the end goal for Eevee is to make it have all the forms. Like, in my mind, there's no doubt it will happen. It's just a matter of, I guess, how many games until they're all out. And while I think flying would make like almost the least amount of sense, I can't say that that can't happen, because I feel like the whole point with Eevee is choice. I thought I just picked up a really veiny sniper. I guess I got my alien gun. Personally, I don't care about the pre-order items too much unless it's something really sweet. And also, I think with the way a lot of games have released as of late, I almost feel like in my heart of hearts, pre-ordering games is almost like a dumb thing to do at this point. Especially with things like Steam and that for PC players, where it doesn't matter because you're just gonna digitally download it. It's not like they're gonna run out of digital download copies. And I know as games continue more and more, more and more people are just sort of leaning towards the, well, I'll just download it. As for a release date, I have no clue. All I know is someone talked about or showed off the shield and sword. I was like, that's gross. If it's like every other Pokemon game, it'll probably be a fall release. It's pushed out before Christmas. But I don't believe they've confirmed a date yet. I know. You're gonna take the place of my pillow tonight, and that's fine. No. That's why I said fall release, because normally they like to get them out before Christmas, at least for the normal games. I am still waiting for a another mystery dungeon game, because I liked those, and I felt that they had a very interesting take on the franchise. Not so much the whole like, oh, you're a Pokemon thing, like that's just kind of whatever. But I did really enjoy the mystery dungeon games.
How can we help you this fine day? Your mission will be completed in the order it was received.
They were kind of just like I guess a guilty pleasure for us. Aw, yeah. Aw, no. Okay, well, this is around here, so we'll see where this goes. Oh, I lied. I guess there's one game I'm excited for. And that's Borderlands 3. That's the only reason why we're going through these ones, is so I can get myself even more psyched for Borderlands 3. Because I love the franchise. I really do. Oh, what the hell?
Hey, you hear when the water's gonna come back on?
I played a little bit of Coliseum. I didn't play any of the XD. Normally I stayed away from the weirder versions of the games. Like, I didn't play any of the Pokemon Ranger games. To me, those just didn't appeal to me. better spit something out. Because if not, that was a really stupid mission. Oh, that was just a stupid mission. Find and kill ClapTrap. We have to go to aired Borderlands for that, so we have to go back into the regular game. You know, like, I can appreciate the idea of trying new stuff, especially because with a franchise like Pokemon, there's so many different ways you can take it. And by take it, I mean there's so many ways you could sell it to people. But I just, like, the Rangers games for me were just too weird of an offshoot of the franchise. They didn't appeal to me at all. The Mystery Dungeon, like I said, I played those. I like those. At least the one I played. Twink got one, I got one. I think when the second ones came out, or maybe it was the first ones, because I think they came out for what, the Game Boy Advance and the DS? We didn't get the one for the Advance. Or maybe we got, maybe there was 2 sets for the DS and we only grabbed one of them. I like the idea of them. A tickle me Pokemon. I mean, I can't say they wouldn't do it. Just because you can franchise the Pokemon in so many different ways. Nah, see, I think you'd have to go like a Tickle Me Jigglypuff, a Tickle Me Snorlax, though I think the Snorlax would just never work. Like, anytime you put batteries in it, it just instantly kills them, just for the lulz. I guess maybe a Tickle Me Pikachu, because they're like, by default, the known Pokemon.
Is a ClapTrap not entitled to the oil of his brow? No, says the man at Hyperion. It belongs to his owner. No, says the treasure hunter. It belongs splattered on the...
Yeah, I guess Hey You Pikachu was pretty much like the equivalent. I just like how hard it is to find like the original microphone for that game. I know a company for a while was making like knockoff ones, and I remember as a little kid I was hyped and I ended up buying that game, but that game kind of sucked. The idea was there, but I feel like it was for really little kids, like really little kids, because that really didn't do anything for me. Oh yeah. Really? It took one shot, that was it? Dude, sadness resolves. That was weak. Oh well. I feel like that was just one of the troll missions anyway. You know, maybe another Pokemon Coliseum could be kind of cool. Or not, I mean Stadium. Just because, I guess those were okay. For the people who like just the battling, like, it's got everything you want in life. Oh, we did go the right way. Okay. So, I loved Pokemon Snap. I really did. But please, for the love of everything holy, if they make another one, please make it longer. Because that original one was not long enough. To me, that just felt so short. There wasn't enough content there. But I did love the game. Very much. I guess the other thing you'd have to ask yourself is, too, with something like Pokemon Snap, because when they made Snap, like, that was the height of, like, Pokemania, you know? How well would something like that sell now compared to when it originally came out, you know? Because the idea of going to Blockbuster to print your pictures out, dude, that was genius. Like, that was one of the coolest ideas. You know, would you, I guess, how would you make a way for people to print off their pictures? Because I know that was one of the perks to that game was, look, I took a picture of this thingy. Here's my sticker. Speaking of me saying the word Blockbuster. So I came across a news article saying that soon there's only going to be one Blockbuster left in the world. And I believe they said it was in Australia. And the reason why they're allegedly having such luck remaining open. Wasn't Aired Badlands in here? I thought I had an Aired Badlands in here, maybe not. Was because they have a lot of older movies that aren't on things like Netflix, Hulu, and didn't get Blu-ray releases. So I find that interesting that there is well, that didn't work out like I wanted it to. That there is one Blockbuster holding strong. But to me it's sad to see stuff like that go. Just because, like, I have fond memories as a kid every week looking forward to going to Blockbuster or a Hollywood Video.
Hello there, good friend.
To go rent a game, or maybe if I was really good that week, 2 games. So to have that kind of go away does make me a little sad. Now I will say I haven't rented anything in years myself. But to kind of see that part of my childhood go, you know, like seeing things like Toys R Us and that go sucks too, because I used to look forward to going to toy stores. And now to see all that stuff just kind of go to the wayside, like, it's just sad to see stuff like that go. It was so exciting to look forward to that every week, and seeing all these things go to the wayside and digital distribution and all that stuff. To me it's just kind of sad, you know. I mean, yeah, times change, so it's kind of whatever, but it just seems so sad to me that kids aren't gonna get those memories down the road.
You fell for the old pretend to be broken to play on the pathetic human sense of sympathy, only to leap out and ambush them, making them feel stupid and foolish trick. How do you like that?
More backspace? Oh, hell yeah. It sounded like something opened up, so I was like, oh, I see nothing. Okay, so we know that's a main story mission, so let's go do this one first. Where are we at stream time anyways? Oh, okay. Well, so we're gonna bang out this last mission here. We're gonna turn that in. And then I think we'll call it a stream because we've somehow already hit that 3-hour mark. Which is amazing how quickly time went tonight. It feels like it just sort of blew by, which is great. Like I said, for some reason for me, even if my Borderlands are my least viewed nights, I seem to enjoy them. Like the time just goes by. You know, I have my little bit of whiskey or whatever, and these are just good fun streams for me. I like kind of the open talk too, because I know like for our cardboard nights like Hearthstone and Magic, the conversations are a little more focused. I don't want to say less inviting, but definitely more focused. So even if these nights just sort of remain my for me night, I don't feel too bad about it. You know, like we said at the start of the stream, we got a new follower this week. We got a new subscriber this week. The YouTube got a new subscriber this week. We had that surprise random donation over the weekend. $50 towards a new stream machine, so like, it's really hard to be sad about stuff. The channel's still going in a great direction. We're still getting a ton of unique views again, which is great. We kind of stagnated for a while there, but it seems like more and more people have been poking their head, and that's a good feeling. I have no complaints. I know I might not seem super excited about it, but we know here I'm not flashy. We're not over the top. We're just a dude chillaxing, streaming a little bit, trying to enjoy himself. Hopefully bringing you content you can feel is worth spending your time on. Taking in my words of wisdom and soaking in all the knowledge that you can, or the lack thereof, I should say. I wish everything dropped parts, not just ClapTrap's. That would make that picking up pieces mission so less tedious. And remember, for those voting on the Borderlands poll, on the Facebook, on the Twitter, or in the Discord. Please mention a game that you would like to see if you do not want to see Borderlands 2. Voting is one thing, but speaking up is where it's really relevant for us. You know, because that also gives us time to look into it to see if we're even potentially able to stream it solidly or not.
He who controls the means of production controls America, and that power belongs in the hands of the proletariat. Only then can the great machine march on. It's true. I read it in a book.
This chest seems like it's too out in the open to like have anything. And then it has stuff. Oh wow, that's a really strong revolver. Hell yeah.
It's time for my pound of flesh!
I'm really good at this.
Like I hear him shooting at me. I don't see him though.
Time to play! More meat!
Oh.
It's time for another pound! For my pound of flame to pound! More meat for me!
So 3 more duders.
We survived the robot apocalypse. We fear nothing, especially little shits like you. Now, get off my land, or prepare to default on your life.
Like how he just kind of looks like a generic big dude with a name like Default. I feel like that's only fitting. Well, since we ain't much worried about actually eating damage right now. There's Default. Yeah. This dude is some easy peasy stuff. There we go. I was about to say, assuming because his name is Default, he's probably gonna get us some really dumpy weapon. Which, lucky for us, he did. I don't feel like we missed any chests. So I guess we'll go turn this in. And we'll end up calling this stream a night. We will be back with more Borderlands next Sunday. We may end up taking like a one Sunday break away from Borderlands after we beat it. I'm not really sure what else we would do, but I feel like, you know, maybe just a small step away, regardless of what the end vote is. Probably be a good idea. Not saying like what was gonna happen, but I think maybe giving some people like one extra night away before we go deeper into more Borderlands might be good. I'd like to thank my main man Mocha here for being part of the stream team tonight. He's been a hard contract to negotiate with, but I guess all I had to do was give him some space. And he came crawling back. But I want to thank everyone for popping their head in tonight, saying hello, what's up, telling us what's good. I hope you enjoyed the Borderlands streams. Like I said earlier, you know, these are kind of like the streams that I don't want to say I get the most enjoyment from, but I really do enjoy them. So I hope you have a great rest of your evening. I hope you have a good day tomorrow. We will be back tomorrow night with some Magic Arena action. Peace.